Hello Green Class, welcome to Maths again today. Today we're going to be learning about fractions. To help us to understand what fractions are, we're going to look at some shapes that we learnt about earlier on in the week. A fraction is part of something. Let's look at this square to explore what that means. Here I have one whole square. If I fold it in half, you can see half of the square. Half is a fraction. You can write it like this in a word or like this as a symbol. Let's have a look at a circle too. Here I have one whole circle. If I fold this circle in half, you can see half of the circle. Let's split this square and this circle into half. Half is a fraction. I'm going to draw a line down the middle of the square. When I take my ruler away, you can see that the square has been split into two halves. Let's do the same with the circle. I'm going to draw a line down the middle of my circle. And now my circle has been split into two halves as well. Let's have a look at these fractions. Which one is the odd one out? You might be right, but I think it might be this one. Although all of the circles have been split into fractions, this one at the bottom has been split into two equal halves. For it to be split into a half, both sides need to be equal. Now I'm going to show you how to make a different fraction. This fraction is called a quarter. Have a look at my square. I have my whole square again. When I fold it like this, it is in half. The square is halved. Then I'm going to fold it again. And when I fold it in half again, it makes a quarter. How many parts of my square have I folded? You're right, there are 4 parts to my square. You can see that when I fold my square into halves, that 2 halves make a whole square. And if I look at my quarters, when I fold my square into quarters, I have 4 quarters. 4 quarters make a whole square. Let's do the same with this circle. Here I have my whole circle. I'm going to split it in half and then split it in half again, and I have 1 quarter. 1 quarter, 4 quarters. 4 quarters make a whole circle. Here you can see I have 4 quarters in a whole circle. If I fold my circle in half, you can see that there are 2 quarters in 1 half. Now let's look at our shapes on the board again to find our quarters. Remember, a quarter is 4 equal parts, half and half again. Let's draw a line across the middle so you can see it's split into 4 equal parts. I have split the square into 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. One of these parts is called a quarter. You might see it as a word like this or as a symbol like this. Let's do the same with the circle. I'm going to split it into quarters, and now you can see it has 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts, 4 quarters. Now we're going to sing the Perfect Pizza Parlour song.
Welcome to the number one Perfect Pizza Parlour. My wife Francesca and I make the most beautiful pizzas. Here is our special song. Welcome to the number one Perfect Pizza Parlour. We will chop your pizzas up so you can taste the flavor. One pizza cut in half.
2 equal pieces.
One pizza cut in half.
2 equal pieces.
Welcome to the number one Perfect Pizza Parlour. We will chop your pizzas up so you can taste the flavor. One pizza cut in quarters.
4 equal pieces.
One pizza cut in quarters.
4 equal pieces.
We can also split objects into halves. We're going to use the cubes to help us. Here we have 2 cubes. When we split them in half, you can see that there is 1 on each side. Half of 2 is 1. Let's find out what half of 6 is. First, let's check that we have 6. I know that we have 6 because we have 5 and 1 more. 5 and 1 more makes 6. We need to make sure that we half them, and when we do this, that means it needs to be equal on both sides. Let's do that now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see that on each side there is 3. Half of 6 is 3. Now we are going to find quarters of objects. Remember that 1 quarter is 1 part of 4 equal parts. So 1 quarter of 4 is 1. Now let's find 1 quarter of 8. First, we need to check that we have 8 cubes. We have 5 and 3 more, and we know that 5 and 3 more makes 8. To find 1 quarter, we need to split them equally into 4 parts. Count with me as I split them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 cubes in my circle. To find 1 quarter, we need to look in this part here. 1 quarter. 1 quarter of 8 is 2. Let me show you how to do this using pictures. We are going to use our square again. Remember, our square is split into quarters because it has 4 equal parts. Count with me as I split my 8 into the quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many are in 1 quarter? You are right, there are 2 in 1 quarter of 8. Have fun with your halves and quarters. See you next time.